When WWE does shows in Saudi Arabia, you'll notice something unusual. All the female wrestlers wear special gear that covers almost their entire bodies. The male wrestlers wear their regular attires, so why do the women change up their look? The reason is that they have to by law. Saudi Arabia's legal system is based on Sharia law, which comes from Islam and is a code for Muslims to live by. Part of Sharia is dressing modestly, and this has influenced dress laws in Saudi Arabia, especially for women. When in public or around men, women are expected to cover almost their entire body and wear loose-fitting clothes that don't show off their figure. These rules also apply to WWE when they do shows in Saudi Arabia. In 2019, when Natalya and Lacey Evans fought in the country's first ever women's wrestling match, they wore full-body attires that only exposed their hands and heads. Additionally, they wore t-shirts to comply with the law and not reveal their figure. These rules are so strict that the Saudi General Sports Authority had to apologize publicly when WWE aired a commercial at the Greatest Royal Rumble event that showed female wrestlers in their normal attire because it was an indecent scene. This is likely the same reason why WWE removed the clips of the female dancers from DX's entrance graphics during their reunion match in 2018. However, these dress code rules are starting to change. In early 2022, at the Elimination Chamber event in Jeddah, the female WWE stars didn't have to wear any shirts, just their bodysuits. This comes as Saudi Arabia's dress code and other laws are starting to become more relaxed. Saudi Arabia's rules about clothes aren't the only thing that make it a unique venue for WWE. Some wrestlers weren't even allowed to wrestle in the country. When Aleister Black was part of the WWE roster, he was not allowed to be part of the Saudi Arabia shows. The reason was that Aleister's tattoos had some religious connotations that were seen as offensive. It's unclear if the decision was made by the Saudi Arabia government or if WWE was being proactive and decided not to bring Aleister Black to avoid upsetting the hosts. Another wrestler you won't see on most WWE shows in Saudi Arabia is Sami Zayn. This is because Zayn is of Syrian descent. Why this is an issue is due to Saudi Arabia and Syria's strained relationship. Like with Black, it's not clear if the Saudi government specifically told WWE not to have Sami Zayn on their shows or if this is WWE's decision. However, Sami Zayn did wrestle during a WWE show in the capital of Saudi Arabia, Riyadh, in 2014. However, that show was not televised, which may explain why Sami Zayn was allowed to wrestle. What makes this even more interesting is that while Aleister Black and Sami Zayn were banned, Doudrop and Sonya Deville have been allowed to wrestle in Saudi Arabia. Doudrop is bisexual and Sonya Deville is lesbian. Gay marriage is not legal in Saudi Arabia, and in fact, the punishment for homosexuality is death. This, as well as WWE's partnership with Saudi Arabia in general, have been criticized. Despite some pushback, WWE continues to regularly host events in the country. The reason comes down to money. WWE is paid a reported $50 million for each show they do in Saudi Arabia. Additionally, wrestlers can make a lot of money too. It was said that Shawn Michaels was paid $3 million for his tag team match with Triple H in 2018. You'll notice that on WWE shows that some wrestlers wipe their feet off before getting into the ring. To find out why they do this, hit the video on screen.